Now, whether they've transferred the service to the new station yet or not, I'm not sure, but the station is ready to roll and they will be running trains out of there shortly, if not already. Alrighty. The strike update. Right now, it seems very likely that there will be a strike. The sides are kind of stuck in their ways. The union has been very adamant about if they don't get what they want, they're going to walk. The MTA has taken the position about they have so much in their budget and they're holding firm to that. They've made some offers. There's been some counter offers. But I mean, yesterday the union had a big press event where they were handing out the T-shirts and the picket signs and all that other stuff. So I don't know. Things could change at the last minute. Hopefully they will, but it'd be better to be prepared for what may be happening over the weekend. As everybody's probably aware by now, there will be no train service over the weekend if there is a strike. They will go out at 12:01 p.m. They may actually start to wind down to put trains in position a little bit earlier than that. So if anybody's going to be in Manhattan tomorrow night, I wouldn't stay too late. Get out of there as early as you can. Obviously no service Saturday or Sunday. Monday, there'll be bus service from 6 locations on Long Island, running from 4:30 in the morning till 9 a.m. Reverse service starting at 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. There'll be no charge for the bus, but riders will have to pay for the subway fare. And well, that's about it with the strike. I've done a few interviews. I did a couple of interviews on Tuesday regarding the strike. I did 2 today, one for News 12 this morning, and one for Channel 2 late in the morning. We generally don't take a position on labor negotiations, but in this particular case, we have made some comments because, we've never been threatened with a strike before, at least not since I've been on the Commuter Council, and that's since 2001. Basically, we're between a rock and a hard place as commuters. We got 2 options. One is the MTA caves and gives the union whatever they want. And then we're looking at an 8% fare increase in 2027 versus the 4% fare increase that we're scheduled to get. Or if they don't cave, we could have a possible strike. So that's where we're at right now. And to be perfectly honest, it doesn't look good. The only positive thing is they are speaking. As it was mentioned a little bit earlier, they're right in the conference room right down the hall from the PCAC office, and they've been there yesterday. They're there today, and I would imagine they'll be back there tomorrow. A little bit of word of advice. I'd be a little leery about tomorrow evening being in the city too late, just in case it goes out. You don't want to get stranded in the city. I'd be leery about scheduling anything for this weekend. If you're going out to the Hamptons, you can get out there on a 4:30 train, or I think we have later trains that run out there. You'll get out to the Hamptons, but you might not be able to get back on Sunday unless you got a ticket to the Hampton Jitney. And advice is commuters should know where the subways go, what subways, we have two locations. They're going to run to Jamaica 179th Street. That would be the end of the F line. And that would take you about an hour, just so you know, about almost an hour to get from the end of the F line to Midtown Manhattan. Maybe a little quicker, maybe a little longer. So that's a rough one. The other 4 locations are all going to the Howard Beach station for the A line. And that would be I checked with my subway guru, and he told me it'd be about 30 minutes to get to downtown Brooklyn, 40 minutes to get to Lower Manhattan, and 50 minutes to get up to Penn Station. So it's important that you know these run times, not just to get to work on time, but also to schedule your ride back so that you don't miss the last bus out at 7 o'clock. So I would definitely just to play it safe, if you get out at 5 o'clock, get out at 5 o'clock. Don't wait till 5:30 or 6 o'clock because you might be cutting it a little too close. Hopefully hopefully it'll all be moot. No, hopefully they'll settle. But right now, all I could say is hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. All right. And we may have Anna a little bit later. And if she pokes her head in, we can see if she can fill in some blanks.
She's here.
Oh, Anna's here?
Yeah, she joined a few minutes ago. She's been on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anna, do you want to fill in any blanks or add anything to what I said, or?
Oh yeah, you pretty much touched on majority of what I was gonna say. I was just gonna also mention, the six stations, just so people are fully aware that there would, like you mentioned before, there wouldn't be any busing over the weekend. If there is a strike and if it continues over during the week, it would only be during the AM and the PM peak. So in the AM would be 4:30 to 8 a.m. going towards Manhattan, and then in the afternoon peak, which would be from 3 to 7 p.m. Back east, and it's only from six locations. It's from Bayshore, that will take you to Howard Beach JFK Airport. Hempstead Lake State Park, which is near the Lakeview Station on the West Hempstead branch, would also take you to Howard Beach JFK Airport. Hicksville would also take you to Howard Beach. Huntington would go to Jamaica 179th Street on the F train, like you mentioned. Mineola would also go to Howard Beach. And last would be Ronkonkoma, would take you to Jamaica 179th Street. We've been hosting weekly briefings with external stakeholders throughout Long Island as well within New York City. And those briefings will continue tomorrow as well. And we have hosted in-person outreach tabling sessions at Jamaica, Penn, and Grand Central during the AM and the PM peak. We did 2 sessions on Monday. We had 2 yesterday. I was at Jamaica during the PM rush, and then we have 2 more tomorrow during the AM and PM. With the situation at Penn, we're still scheduled to do our tabling at Penn tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. Those hasn't changed as of right now, but we're anticipating most likely having more people at Grand Central in Jamaica. I think that's pretty much it. We've also have been advocating for passenger drop-off locations to subway stations. They don't have parking, so more for folks to know that to drop people off at the Far Rockaway Mott Avenue A train stop, at the Kew Gardens Union Turnpike E and F stop, the Ozone Park Lethbridge Boulevard A train stop, the Sheepshead Bay B and Q stop, and the Woodhaven J train, which is also my stop. All these stations are accessible, so we have also been recommending those passenger drop-off locations as well. And I think it hasn't mentioned there have been a lot of questions in regards to refunds for, monthly ticket holders. As of right now, we intend to issue prorated refunds to May monthly ticket holders for any business day that has been services suspended due to the strike. I believe that's still pending board approval. So that is still to be determined for additional details if the strike does commence. I believe that's all my notes. I just want to make sure if I missed out on anything, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Okay, one point of clarification. The morning service, you said 4:30 to 8? I thought they were advertising 4:30 to 9.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 4:30 to 9 during the A towards going west to Manhattan. Yes, thank you for that.
Okay, no, I appreciate because that's basically what they've been advertising. I just wanted to be sure that was confirmed. Does anybody have any questions for Anna?
I think Adam has a question.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask again about my branch, the Port Washington branch. I know that none of the outreach this week involved our branch. I also know that unlike the 2014 strike plan, there's no busing for our branch as was proposed for Manhasset. I know the 2014 strike didn't happen, and this is already much closer to happening than that one. But what thought is going into the Port Washington branch? Of course, as always, there's no response on real-time chat or customer feedback pages or anything like this. And I just haven't heard anything about our branch. Thank you.
Hey, so yes, we only did the tabling outreach at 3 terminals. We only did it at Grand Central Penn and Jamaica. We didn't do it at anywhere out east or anywhere outside of those 3 terminals. But I believe that there were flyers distributed throughout the system. So there were flyers. If you go to like the ticket agents, I believe a lot of them did have a lot of the same like palm cards that we were also distributing as well. And unfortunately, yes, though we don't have any, as of right now, any plans for busing on the Port Washington branch. We've tried reaching out to a lot of municipalities on parking, and then it also is just more of a logistic thing as well. On what we have been recommending for folks on the Port Wash branch is to utilize the Nice Bus service, which we have been in communication with as well. And we let them know what our plans were and to, if possible, to assist us with that as well. So we've
Have
had
they given
conversations
any
with Nice.
Sorry.
I'm sorry,
There's a
Adam.
lag if I talked over you. I know the internet lags. I just wanted to know if they've given any indication of are they increasing service and what can we expect from them both this weekend and Monday?
From what I know, I believe that there's been conversations to request for additional service on the Nice branch. So I would just say whatever app or whatever way that you get your information from Nice, I would just check it up on there on that network to see if they are either adding more buses or anything like that. But we have made the ask and have communicated with them as well.
Yeah, my understanding is that they're gearing up for weekday service, additional weekday service. They haven't really, to the best of my knowledge, they haven't said anything about gearing up any additional weekend service.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else have any questions?
Andy?
Question.
Yes, just want to bring up the Long Beach branch pretty quickly. If anybody is in Long Beach, I would highly recommend during the strike to use the N33 bus, which will get you right to Far Rockaway, Mott Avenue. So just wanted to bring that up because there really hasn't been that much mention of the Long Beach branch.
All right, no, I appreciate that. That's good information to have. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? If not, we can go down to staff updates. Thank you, Anna. We really appreciate you. We know you're busy between the fire and Penn Station and all the, the strike preparations. We really appreciate you taking the time to be with us tonight.
Absolutely. See you guys next month in better circumstances, of course.
Oh,
Thank
definitely.
you.
No Long Island Railroad Commuter Council next month, Anna. We're up for
Well, that's
June
right. We're
because of PCAC. But we'll
it.
see you in July next.
All right, sounds great. So I'll see you all in July. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you, Anna.
already. So we'll go to staff updates.
Yeah, we'll keep it really brief today. Just want to start by giving a tip of the hat to Jerry for continuing to advocate for riders during the strike prep and getting additional bus service, especially on the South Shore branch. I think that hopefully will be helpful. I know some of us as staff members will be out as customer ambassadors bright and early. It looks like just starting at 4:15 a.m. on Monday and Tuesday mornings. I plan to be out at Howard Beach to welcome riders off the bus. I think we'll be a few other places. So we're doing our bit. No, there's only a few of us, but we're doing our best.
I don't know how happy
to
they're
help-
going to be to see you, Brian, but
Hey,
they'll be there with arms wide open.
I'll be
welcoming-
a
welcoming
smiling
them.
face regardless of how they're feeling. But a few legislative updates for everyone. We have some good news on our Long Island Railroad Commuter Council bill on nominations. It passed the Transportation Committee in the Senate a couple weeks ago and has aged on the Senate floor. Hopefully will be coming up for a vote sometime next week. So that's great news. We have a couple other bills that are making progress in Albany as well. We're continuing to focus on, tracking fare policy changes and concerns that have continued to be raised. We're going to continue to work diligently on that topic and more in the future. And I think those are the big things for now. We have some research on coming that I'll pass over to Kara, and some more railroad focused work in the near future.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Brian. Just super quick on reports, and then I'll do a very quick social media update. We have 2 reports in progress that we've mentioned a bit before. One that our wonderful intern Benji is working on the Interborough Express, looking at ridership, both now and in the future. And then a second one that our other wonderful intern Henry has been working on signage and wayfinding. Once again, if anyone has any signage or wayfinding issues that they've encountered around the MTA system, please do let us know and we'll try to address that in the report. Those are the 2 main reports that we're working on at the moment. And then super quickly on social media, no surprise, the 2 main issues that we've noticed are people questioning the contingency plans around the strike and just figuring out how they will get around. And then today in particular, of course, the no service in and out of Penn has been a major issue on social media, also on the Train Time app. Lisa also pointed out that the Train Time app says that there's extra service in and out of Grand Central and Atlantic Terminal. If you go to type in a to and from route using Grand Central, there are no trains that come up. It just shows, for example, for Bayside to Grand Central, there's a note that says that there is extra service, but there are no trains that pop up. So a lot of people have pointed that out, and just issues with figuring out whether or not and where cross honoring is happening. It's generally a bit of a mess, but hopefully that will be worked out very shortly. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, great. And yeah, because it's going to be all night. It's I heard from Hector, and it's gonna be into the wee hours of the morning before they have it. They're just hopeful that everything will be okay before the morning rush. So that's the game plan right now. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions or anything before we wrap this up? Like I said, this is just a quick briefing, so anybody has any questions, we'll give you a chance. Otherwise, we'll just go to adjourn.
Adam?
Yes. 2 things. First of all, in terms of what's happening today at Penn Station, the messaging even in the hour before this meeting was earlier fire department activity. If someone reads these messages, they would expect evening rush service to be restored. They're referring to it as a prior problem, not a current problem. I don't know exactly what's going on or why the outage continues, but the message is referring to it as an earlier problem when service is out is concerning, as is the fact that there seems to have been no plan for when we lose Penn Station. This is just a very ad hoc rush hour where they're just throwing in a few trains where they can at Grand Central. As usual, everything is just very unplanned and undependable. And then second, now that we're 4 months into the fare issues, and I know that there was a talk months ago about they're not replying on social media. Is there any update on the communication issues or the fare issues? I mean, a lot of us stocked up on 10 trips, and we're surviving this month, but we don't have a really and I know the short term there's going to be a strike, but for many of us after this month with the 10 trip, we really don't have a way of paying our fare anymore. We can't get to the station early enough to buy a ticket beforehand, and for various reasons, many people can't use the app. Thank you.
Okay, we've been fighting for the 10 trip restoration, but it's falling on deaf ears. They basically they were very honest with me. They basically told me it's not happening. They didn't even beat around the bush. They didn't even give me any they just said, no, 10 trips aren't happening. I don't know what to tell you. They were very firm about it.
Yeah, I think there's some alternatives or potential change.
There's no, I mean, to ask us to come that much earlier to purchase tickets, and obviously I don't trust the app. No one ever replies on it, and all the issues with that. Plus, if I have an issue with my phone, I buy a ticket, my phone dies, then I have to buy another ticket. I can't expose myself like that financially. So I really have no way to pay the fare after this month. If they say no to the Tentra, I'd like them to answer and, give me some sort of option. What am I supposed to do? I don't know the answer.
The answer is, Adam, and they've given this response to a number of customers who, like you, like the 10 trip, use the offer to get, your 11th trip free if you buy 10 tickets within a week.
As I said, for a variety of reasons, I can't and won't use the app. So that's not really accessible to me.
That's your choice. That's their policy. I'm not defending it.
I can't get to the station early enough to buy the ticket before I board, and they don't let me buy it the night before.
Yep. Yeah.
So I have no option.
Okay. I think that you're making some choices that
I can't add any more time onto my commute to go earlier and buy a ticket, or to get to the platform beforehand to buy a ticket. The trip times have just gotten too astronomical already.
Understood. On your first point, I will say that we share your concerns with how some of the service alerts were messaged today. I think not only some clarity on a little clearer messaging on where trains are suspended, and the length of time would be very helpful for commuters as well. So share those concerns.
I definitely would agree that the clarity was not really there. But one of the reasons they didn't realize how damaging the fire was to the signal system, and the signal system it's gone. So that's a lot of rewiring that they're going to have to do to get the signal system back up and running. And with no signals, they can't run any trains. So again, like I said, they're going to be there into the wee hours of the morning trying to get service up and running. But I don't think they realized it until after the fire was extinguished and they were able to get in there and take a look at it and realize that they were, basically screwed.
I'm just talking about the messaging in the 4 o'clock hour once everything was realized, not even earlier when they were figuring it out.
As far as the trains, I know the people who get the individual branch alert, they were telling, this Babylon train is going to originate out of Grand Central instead of out of Penn. But it was kind of limited. So hopefully they're going to have enough service out of Grand Central, because it didn't seem like they were rerouting too many trains over there.
And as I said, it's ad hoc. I mean, they should have a schedule ready to go for when one terminal goes down. This isn't the first time, and it won't be the last.
Oh, hopefully, yeah, I agree. They kind of like have to scramble at the last minute.
Thank you.
All righty. Do we have anybody else?
I think that's it.
That's it.
5 on the dot.
What's that?
5 o'clock on the dot.
All righty. So we're adjourned. Good luck, everybody. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope they get it resolved between today and tomorrow, and we don't have to worry about any problems over the weekend or Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
All righty. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Thank you. Bye.